Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to create some heart art. So that means art that is inspired by different types of hearts. We're going to do some drawing and we're going to do some string art using some yarn. So what we will start with first is our string art. So we're going to create something called a weaving. That means we're going to take string and overlap it a bunch of times to create a shape. So we're going to start with this paper plate at your table. It's a heart that has a whole bunch of holes around it. You're going to choose one type of string color, and this is what you're going to weave your heart out of. So what you're going to do is take your string first and cut off a big long piece. So get a pretty long piece here. I can see I have my yarn over there in a pile. And then you're going to cut off that yarn piece. Then you're going to take the tape at your table. There should be a tape roll at your table. And put a little piece of tape at the end of your string like this. Okay, so now I'm going to take this on the back of my heart and just tape it anywhere. Don't cover up any of the holes, but just tape it in the back here. Okay, now it's time for me to find the other end of my string. So there's two ends. I'm going to find the other end of my string. Now what I'm going to do with this end of the string is I'm going to start to go in and out of the holes. This is called weaving. So I can start at any hole, it doesn't matter. I'm going to take this string and go through the back and then pull it all the way until I reach the end. So see how that's kind of tight there? I've reached the end. Now I'm going to find the end again and I'm going to go through a new hole. So it doesn't matter which hole you go through, any of the holes, pull it all the way until you've reached the end. So see, that's kind of tight now too. So what we're going to be doing is going back and forth until you have created your shape. Looks like it's all colored in with the string. So it's kind of like we're coloring with string. So the more times I overlap, the more I should see the heart shape. So the rule about this string art is that you have to go through every hole at least once. If you want to go through some of the holes more than once, that's fine, but every single hole on the side, you have to go through at least once. Okay, so I'm going to keep going in and out of the holes here. Now, another rule is that you can't go around your paper plate like this. So see how I'm going through this hole right here, okay? I can't go around my plate and go back through the holes, because see how we don't want to go on top of the plate? So let's look at this hole. I'm through this hole right now, and I'm going to find the end so I can go through a new hole. Okay, so I don't want to go around the plate. What I want to do is I want to go inside of a new hole here, not around the plate. So pull it all the way and keep going like that. So now I'm through this hole. See how the string is coming through the back? I'll find my end again. Okay, and remember, I'm not going to go around the plate like this. I'm going to go to the back and go through a hole through the back. Okay, so I'm going to keep going back and forth, and when I finish, I should see my heart shape nice and neat. Okay, so let's pretend I ran out of string here. What if my end of my string, oh, it's too short. I can't go through any of the holes anymore. Then what I need to do is take a new piece of tape, and I'm going to tape that end off to the back of my plate. Okay, just like that. And then I need to start with a new piece of string. So I can go get a new color or the same color, cut off a really long piece again, take that new piece, tape it in the back just like these are, and then start going back and forth through my heart until I go through all the holes. Okay, so that's our string art. When you finish your string art, you can start your drawing hearts. So our drawing hearts, we're going to start with a worksheet that looks like this. What we're trying to do is create a heart that looks like it has form, like I could almost pick these hearts up and hold them. So they're not flat, it looks like they have some shadows around them to make them look what we call three-dimensional. So we will start with your worksheet. You have 4 hearts here, and you're going to use your oil pastel colors. So you can pick a couple colors at a time. I think I'm going to start with this pink color here. What you're going to do is you're going to go from the dots around the heart. So look at how I'm going to go through the dots here. Starting at this first heart, I'm going to look at the 2 dots on the right-hand side that are close to each other, and I'm going to make an oil pastel line that connects those 2 dots. And I can overlap a few times to get lots of oil pastel on there. Okay, then I'm going to look at the next 2 dots here, and I'm going to connect around those 2 dots. Okay, so I've just created 2 shadows on the sides of the heart. So see how each of these hearts have 2 shadows on each of the sides? I connected the small dots and then these 2 small dots. So what I'm going to do with my finger now is just take my finger and blend that oil pastel out a little bit. So I'm just rubbing it a little bit with my finger to make it look like a fading shadow. Just a little bit into the center of the heart. Very carefully with one finger, I'm not going crazy. Okay, and once I have that oil pastel shadow around, I can think of a word to put in the center. So look at the worksheets at your table, you'll see lots of these examples of different heart sayings, so things that relate to Valentine's Day. So I think I'm just gonna write cute, C-U-T-E. So you'll pick 4 different colors, 4 different words, and add your shadows by connecting the dots.